So what can you see clearly now? What are you ready to release? As we celebrated last evening with the toasting out of 2016 and the ringing in of 2017, it's a night of transition. Not only are we turning the page of the calendar, we're turning to a whole new calendar, a whole new book, a whole new blank slate, as it were, ahead of us in the coming year. Infinite possibilities in front of us. Infinite possibilities. And we know in our teaching that sometimes we have to let go to make room for the new, don't we? You've all experienced that with me this year in my downsizing, in my own process of letting go of stuff and downsizing and making room for the new expression of my home and my life. There's a freshness about this new year, about this time of transition, of looking ahead to 12 months ahead of us and closing out and celebrating the last 12 months and whatever they may have held for us. There's this newness and this freshness and this opportunity of infinite possibilities that is before us. I used a quote yesterday in the newsletter that we sent out. It said, New Year's Eve is like every other night. There is no pause in the march of the universe, no breathless moment of silence among created things that the passage of another 12 months may be noted. Yet, no human has quite the same thoughts this evening that come with the coming darkness of other nights. And that's true, isn't it? In looking at Facebook yesterday and this morning a little bit to kind of see the tone and what's going on, I saw celebrations with party hats and champagne glasses. I saw celebrations with new babies. I saw celebrations with little older children and grandparents and Legos and early evenings. And like I said, I was in bed really early last night preparing for this morning's service. So there were a multitude of different celebrations that were occurring to acknowledge the difference in this evening. There's just an idea of that closure and the new beginning. And the new beginning. So our theme today is I Release and I Let Go. Now this is a song that we sing each and every week, right? Michael Gott leads us away and off we go, we sing our song. But if you thought about, what's it really mean? What does it really mean? I release and I let go. I let Spirit run my life. My heart is open wide. I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. I'm only here for God. I think what it means is that we can trust in great faith in the divine. We can trust in God in faith. We can trust in the fairness and the stability of the universal laws, both the physical and the spiritual laws, because they all work the same, right? They're fair and they're stable. They work alike for everyone. It's kind of like electricity. We talk about electricity all the time and how it can cook our meal or burn our house down. It depends on how we use it. And the same is true with the spiritual laws. If you think about a toaster, anybody ever had the experience of getting your bagel stuck in the toaster and it won't come out? And your instinct is to grab a fork, right? And if you touch the tines to the electric stuff inside there, you're going to get a little shock, or maybe a big one. Well, the electricity is simply doing what it does, right? It's touching the metal and it's sending its electricity through the metal. That's what it does. That's how the power goes through the wires. It sends it through there. And the same is true with our spiritual laws as well. We may have an intention of simply getting the toast out. We may have an intention of a simple manifestation, but because we have some hidden belief perhaps that's running us subconsciously that we're not aware of, the law is still going to come through and do what it does and say yes. Just like the electricity comes through the fork tine, right? It works the same. It doesn't know the difference. So today our service is about blessing and releasing the past. Be it just 2016 and the things that happened, or maybe it's a little older than that. maybe there's other stuff that's there that's been running that we're ready to let go of, to be done with. And then we're going to plant a new seed. So we're going to release this old and the idea and the things that do not serve our forward progression on our spiritual journey, on our path of life. We're going to release that. And we're going to then plant a new seed for 2017. We're going to plant a new seed. A little later in the service, we're going to have a burning bowl ceremony to ceremonially release and bless whatever is no longer serving us. And as I said, having created that void, we will then light a candle and write down our intentions for 2017. So I want to look first at blessing that which at some point served us. Because everything in our life at some point served us, right? Even as little children, when we make up ideas about how the world works, that serves us at that time. Now, unfortunately, some of us carry that stuff through into adulthood without ever changing those beliefs. Or some of them get buried or stuffed, maybe. So we want to talk about blessing those things that have served us and done their part well. So we bless those ideas. We have evolved, but sometimes those ideas haven't. If you think about a seed is a great example. We use it in our teaching all the time, but it's a great example because if you, I guess you can go on YouTube and watch the videos where you can see the slow motion cameras filming the bursting of a seed. And the seed opens and the little shoot comes out of it, and the seed cap then becomes fertilizer for the seed. So how about that for an idea for us? That these things that once served us in our life now become fertilizer for the new manifestation that we seek in our life. Yeah, it becomes new. The old shell becomes the fertilizer. Perhaps we've had a dream. Perhaps we've had a dream or a goal or an aspiration or something that's always on the top of that list of resolutions, goals, intentions. You know the one. You know the one, right? Yeah. And it doesn't come, and it doesn't come, and it doesn't come year after year. Do we just give up in despair? No. That's not who we are. We don't give up in despair. But we need to take a hard look at why is this not coming forward? What's going on here? Does the universe not like me? No, right? We know that's not true. Do you believe that it's possible? Think about that thing in your life. Do you believe it's possible to have, to receive, to achieve? Are you worthy of having it? Are you really worthy of having that thing? Maybe it's weight. Maybe it's fitness. Maybe it's a better diet. Maybe it's more money in our bank account. Maybe it's a better career. Maybe it's a loving relationship. Maybe it is more self-care and time to have a deeper walk with our soul, with our spirit, with Source. What is it? Are you worthy? Are you capable? Are you receptive? From our knowing this teaching, we know the answers to those questions, right? And we know that we are worthy, we are capable, we are receptive, but yet we can sometimes block that, can't we? Because we have this thing called choice. And we can block that flow of life to and through us. So maybe we need a change in perspective. Maybe we need a change in perspective. Maybe we need a healing. We need to be able to allow Spirit to work through us, right? To allow Spirit to work through us. We need to ask ourselves, why do I want this in the first place? Why do I want to be thinner, taller, more wealthy, have a better job, have a relationship? Why do I want this stuff? Is it because society tells me I should? Ernest Holmes called that consciousness of the human race that is all around, about the ideas that we have about how life needs to be, should be. You know, it's the old, what is it, the nuclear family they talked about, 2.5 kids, a dog, and a white picket fence. You know, those types of things. Is it really what you want? Is this thing that hits the top of your to-do or your resolutions or your goals list, is that really what you want to do? You know, and if you determine for you that it is, then let's get underneath it and find out, why is it not coming? Why is it not easy? This teaching says it's easy. Why is it not easy? Well, there's probably something in there that goes a little deeper into that why, and the why that we want it. Is it to heal an emptiness inside of us? Is it to fill a dark void within us? Why do I want a relationship? Is it because I need somebody to love me, to make me feel good about me? Or is it because I've got so much love in me that I want to pour into someone else, and to loving someone else, and to sharing the life experience with? Why do I want more money? Why do I want wealth? Why do I want more zeros in my bank account with primary numbers in front of them? Is it because I need to buy things that will make me happy because I'm not happy right now? No. It's because I have figured out how to be that channel of spirit to flow through. I have figured out how to allow circulation through me and to circulate that good in the world. Money is a fact of life, is it not? We need it to move things around. It's commerce, it's trade, it's how we exchange for goods and services. It's the way our system is set up. But if you're someone that has figured out how to stop the blocking of that flow through you and allowing wealth to come through, think what you can then do with that. You can circulate it in the world to create a world that works for all, to support others, and to certainly gather the things around you to make life more comfortable. Right? Why do we want what it is that we want? Why do I want to start a business? Is it because I can't get along with any of those people in the workplace? They don't know how to supervise anybody. They don't know how to manage people. Or is it because I have a gift? I have a talent burning through me that I need to express to the world. What is the why? When we can discover those whys and get below those, we open that channel. We open that channel of clarity. We open that channel through us for spirit to move through us. It's always here and available to us. But it's us that puts those little roadblocks up. Those little roadblocks of belief. So perhaps today we can look at these obstacles. We can bless these obstacles. And we can move on around them. We can move on around them. Imagine if you were handed, I had for everyone here today, a magic lamp. Inside the lamp is a genie. All you got to do is rub the lamp. Out pops the genie. You've heard this story, right? Out pops the genie. And the genie says, you have one wish. Would it be the thing on the top of your list? You can have it right now. Would it be the thing on the top of your list? Oh, I'm not ready for that. What'd you feel? What did you feel? That's where we can begin to dig in with these little processes and figure out if we truly are receptive to that which we say we desire. Little processes like that. Suzanne used this Living the Science of Mind this morning. And last year, many of you joined me in reading the Science of Mind textbook. We went through the little check boxes in the front of the book about reading a section each day. And I'm sure many of you accomplished that. And we read from the Science of Mind text each Sunday. And I used many quotes from Ernest Holmes from that. This year, we're going to use Living the Science of Mind. And this is Ernest's later work of translating the science of mind. You've all said that's hard to read. And it's heady and complex. This is in simple English. So it's a way for us to dig in a little differently this year. I will have some of these next week if anybody would like to purchase copies of it. And we'll be reading and quoting this book throughout the rest of the year. So from Living the Science of Mind this morning, we have a quote from Ernest Holmes. And he says, "We are all human and we've all made mistakes." Pretty simple English, right? The starting point for creating a better future for ourselves is to deliberately free our minds from the mistakes of yesterday and feel that they no longer need be held against us. They're no longer a liability. Yesterday, it was a mistake. Whoops. Mulligan for my golfer friends, right? Do-over. It's a mistake. So release the belief so that you can grow and evolve and make room for your dream to be added into your life. But then once we release that, then what? Well, we need a new thought, don't we? We need to replace that with something. And the simplest would be, well, then I know I'm worthy of my dream. I know I'm worthy of my dream. That's kind of that surface level, isn't it? It's kind of the surface level. And to go deeper in consciousness is to look at accepting that. Look at the acceptance of it. Manifesting from that healed and healthy place manifests a healed and healthy life. So like Ernest Holmes says in The Science of Mind, that we first treat ourselves. We heal ourselves, we treat ourselves first before assisting others. Same with the oxygen masks on the airplane. So heal ourselves first so that we can then manifest from that healed and healthy place a healed and healthy life. Holmes also tells us in Living the Science of Mind that today is the time in which we should cut loose from the negative threads of previous experiences. That's a good visual. Cut loose from the negative threads of previous experiences and deliberately make up our minds that we shall no longer create our future from the old past. If we have had antagonisms and resentments in the past, today is the only day in which we can change them. Today is the only day. We can't go back in time to yesterday and change something, and we can't go over into tomorrow and start working on changing something. We can only do it right now, deliberately in this now moment. We must work today. So today is the day, and now is the time for our burning bowl ceremony this morning. For those of you that didn't know we were doing that, we are having the burning bowl ceremony. And ceremony and ritual is a way of acknowledging the passage of time and events in our life. Be it the blessing of a baby, the blessing of our animals that we had recently. Be it a marriage ceremony or a memorial service for someone celebrating their life experience. Ritual is a way that we connect together in community and share life experiences on the path. There's those bright lights. If you think about certain services and ceremonies in your life, you remember those. We remember those. So the burning bowl ceremony is an ancient ritual designed to acknowledge the rite of passage and release. It uses the purifying element of fire. And it's about letting go and surrendering what no longer serves the forward progression of our spiritual path, of our life's journey, of our life's path. Be that things to release like beliefs, events, conditions, relationships, an unfulfilled dream, anything that no longer serves your highest expression of who you have come here to be. Whatever causes worry, unhappiness, anxiety, doubt, confusion, uncertainty, resentment, anger, pain, any of those emotions and feelings that we have tied to experiences. It's a time for releasing yourself from unforgiveness, from blame, from resentment, any of those types of things that may be going on, of yourself or of others. So we're going to make room in our life for the good of God to flow by clearing out whatever is there that we are ready to release. The burning bowl ritual is an acknowledgement of your evolution in consciousness. So today, I invite you to just take a couple of moments and consider the thing that no longer serves you. The thing that you're willing, ready to release from your life now. And I'm going to invite our ushers to come forward, and they are going to pass out a small piece of flash paper to you and a pencil. Now, this is not a large paper to write your novel on. It is for word, date, phrase, name, whatever it might be that you're letting go of. This is the release part. This is the let go part. Okay? Gently write on the paper. It's tissue thin, so gently write out that. And don't fold it or anything. Just leave it open. And then when we're done, the ushers will come around and collect them. And during this, we're going to have another chant by Karen Drucker, and I invite you to sing along. I am love, I surrender. I am love, I surrender. I am love, I am surrender. I am love, I surrender. I am love, I surrender. Thank you. We have a blessing from Dr. Ernest Holmes. He says, I have decided to change all this. I forgive myself for everything that has happened up to now. I loose it and let it go. Please join me in affirming the next affirmation, Jill. I now release what no longer supports my journey to make room for the desires of my heart. And so it is. Are we ready? Glenn, you want to hold this? My thumb's in the bowl. My thumb's in the bowl. Please join me in a releasing breath. And so it is. Now in this space of openness, the space of release, we're going to step into the opportunity now to plant our seed for 2017. The ushers will come back forward with your cards. And now you get to write your seed, your intention for 2017. And when you're complete, I invite you to come and fill this empty bowl with your intentions for 2017. And also to light a candle, taking one of our candles from our candlelight service and lighting one of these candles as the light to illumine your path this year. And we will have another chant. Reverend Glenn will join us for this. If you're struggling with an idea for this, a good question to ask yourself is, 2017 will be a good year if. 2017 will be a good year if. And fill in the blank. And just feel free to come up as you're ready and light the candles. Go ahead, Joe. Please join me as we go within to bless that which has been released here this day and to bless that which has been planted, that new seedling that we have all planted for our 2017, this year ahead filled with infinite possibilities. As we come together in this one, in this knowingness, in this recognition of the divine, the beloved, the source and power of all that is, the one presence, the one life. This is God. It is the Holy Spirit. It is life itself expressing in, through, and as all of its creation. And this includes me, for I am a manifestation of this one in form, here to be an expression of the divine, of the light and the love and the wisdom, the intelligence and the inspiration that Spirit is through me, as me now. And I know that as that is true for me, it is true for each and every one in this room, each and every one that has planted their seed this day into the fertile soil of universal law, into that loving presence. And from this place of knowing this unity, this wholeness, and this divine expression that each of us is, our oneness, our connectivity, I speak my word this day for and about each one of us, knowing that as we have planted this seed, that it is in fertile ground. It is in the rich, fertile soil of universal love. And I know for whatever we've released, that which served us in the past, we watched it go up in flame, the purifying cleanse of flame, and disappear. Again, an empty bowl. It is done. It is gone. We bless it for the service that it brought to us. We bless it for how it helped us on our path to get to where we are today in this moment. But we lovingly let it be. Just concentrating and focusing on that seed which we have planted, that which we want to see expand in our life. We now focus our energy, our attention, our love, our joy on that. And for this, I'm so grateful. So grateful for the ease with which we were able to release and the abundant joy with the planting of the new seeds of 2017. So it is with great gratitude that I just release this prayer into that action of universal law, knowing that as the word is spoken and believed, the word is made manifest. And this day I believe. For I know that each and every intention placed into this empty bowl, filling it up to the brim, is now made manifest. For it is a divine idea in the mind of God. We simply await its form. I release and let it go. And so it is.